Good morning, Vinny. How are you, my man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So, how did this talk show come about? NTV, you've obviously worked with on the Jersey Shore. They must like you and said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" Or did you pitch this show to MTV?
Well, I tried to think of my next move, like in between seasons of Jersey Shore, because I wanted to keep going with this, and I've done a lot of work for MTV when it comes to hosting and scripted stuff for them. So it was kind of just a combination of what I like to do, what they needed, what they thought a good concept would be. Plus, I have my crazy family that people know from Jersey Shore, so we wanted to add them to the mix. And then we just came up with this talk show idea that's pretty much never been done before like this.
Explain to me what it is exactly. How this talk show is done.
Well, celebrities, I mean, huge celebrities like Lil Wayne and Mark Wahlberg and Kesha and, just the biggest names come to my house or like around Staten Island. They come to like a very small town. My mom cooks for them. My uncle is there. My sisters are there. Like people open up more and they remove their guards and their layers when they're like having a meal and just eating and around a family. And we have such big names and people that you never see in this light that it really makes for like an amazing thing because you learn a lot about people you've been watching on TV your whole life.
What's the most surprising moment in the short period of time actually, you've been doing this for a little while now. Not all the episodes have aired yet, but what's the most surprising thing that you've encountered thus far in taping this show?
I mean, like every interview is kind of different. Like I said, I relate to the people I interview like I never thought I would relate before. Like Mark Wahlberg told me that he used to live in his mom's because I just bought a house from my family and I took the downstairs apartment. And Mark Wahlberg said that he had that same situation until he was like 30 years old. So I was like, well, if Mark Wahlberg can do that, then it must be cool that I can do it. And you learn a lot about people like Red Foo from LMFAO. You see this guy dancing on TV in his afro, but he was really like a stockbroker, and he used to sell mortgages, and the list goes on and on. Like every single episode, you learn something new about the celebrities.
I'll be honest with you, Vinny. I haven't seen the show, but it sounds great. That sounds really cool. I think to sort of delve into that kind of stuff. And you're right, like that guy from LMFAO. Who knows? He just looks like the guy with the goofy hair. I don't know anything about that guy. Really.
Yeah. It's like never been done before. Like Wayne's World is like the closest thing to it, where you're actually doing a talk show from your house. So we're trying to bring that to life.
Now your family is involved in this. Now, how do they negotiate their deal on this? You have to pay your family to be a part of this, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, they definitely have like legitimate deals with MTV, but my mom and my family, they don't know what's going on. They don't know who any of the celebrities are. My mom is an Italian woman. All she cares about is what she's making to eat that day. So as long as she's cooking in the kitchen, she's happy. So when I told her cameras were coming through, she was, she's used to them from coming around for Jersey Shore. They don't really realize what this show is. Like they don't realize that we're filming episodes and stuff like that. So it's really no problem for them to do it. I'm more the one that's like self-conscious and like, oh my God, who's coming on today? What am I going to ask them? I'm the one that's the jaded one. They're so fresh and raw. They don't really care what's happening.
When you get on the Jersey Shore and the show takes off, you film the show, you don't know what it's going to do. How quickly did your life just change? I mean, was it overnight that, things just went crazy?
For the show, it was overnight. For the show Jersey Shore itself, I remember watching the first episode and then remembering how crazy things were and seeing all my castmates on different like talk shows like Leno and Letterman and stuff. For me, it was a bit more gradual because I was never like the loudest one on the show. I was always like the quiet one, and I didn't really do too many like red carpets at first and things like that, but that all kind of worked out for me because I just stayed true to myself the whole time, and people ended up liking it, and they liked my family, and that's why I think we have this show that we have today.
Did you ever resent that some of those castmates on the Jersey Shore were getting more attention than you? That would be maybe because I'm in entertainment, and maybe it's a stupid ego or whatever, or self-centeredness.
Well, yeah, I used to feel I didn't resent them because I was truly happy for them because we were all in the experience together. But I used to definitely feel left out. You know what I mean? Like I used to feel left out because those are cool experiences, and I'm a regular kid. We're all regular kids. We're not from the entertainment industry. So then all of a sudden, when you could be invited to like some huge award show, you want to go to that,
Right.
But as my career kept developing, I realized, like, you know what? I'm going to go whatever it feels fit for me to go to, and I'm not going to rush this. I'm not, and then we ended up having 6 seasons. And plus, once you get to, like, a certain level of fame, like, I've always had, like, several million Twitter followers, so you can't be like, oh, he's getting this and that person's getting that. Like, you just comes a time where you stop complaining because we all got love in different ways, and we all had, like, our own fans.
Vinny, would you have hung out with the people that were on Jersey Shore if it weren't for that television show? Would you have hung out with those people in your own personal life if you had just met them? Would those be the kind of people you hung out with?
Some of them. I mean, Ronnie is from New York. He's like a New Yorker. He's from the Bronx. I'm from Staten Island. So I can see myself hanging out with him. And the ironic thing is that Paulie D on the show became my best friend. He's like my brother. And I would have never looked twice at him if I was out because he has this big spiky hair and he's like a Guido and he has this orange skin and he looked like a total stereotype kid that I always used to hate.
You'd go, look at this douchebag if you just saw him out is what you would say if you didn't know the guy.
Yeah, well, I the first time I saw him, I'm like, what the hell? They still have Guidos that look like you? So, and then after time, he became like one of my brothers.
Well, because, I mean, I'm reading about you. I didn't know a whole lot about Vinny before he came on, but he graduated from the College of Staten Island with a 3.9 grade point average, and he worked as a political aide for a New York State assemblyman. Now, it almost defies what people think of the, people from Jersey Shore, that they go, oh, they're a bunch of morons. And if that was your life, I would assume that some of the stuff that was happening on that show, some of that crazy nonsense, that wouldn't be the kind of stuff that you would normally associate with.
Well, when I applied for the show, I said, listen, I know you guys are asking for like the craziest, wildest, douchebags, and I'm like, but I like going to the Jersey Shore. I'm 100% Italian. I have a good family. I love my family. I went to college. I was actually going to school for political science to be a lawyer. And, I said to them, I said, hey, but I could still throw it down. I could still party. You don't have to. This is what the Jersey Shore is really like. It's not just a bunch of buffoons. It's people that have brains and can still party and stuff. So when I got there, I realized that there was a wide spectrum of personalities, and you have the people that, all they care about is drinking and partying and muscles and the way they look. And then there was me on the other end who, I like to read, I like to write, I like to go to school, I love my family. But we always bonded in the middle with the partying and the drink, you know what I'm saying? And like when you're going out with that Jersey Shore common interest, because that's really what we do here in Staten Island. You
keep a girlfriend during that period of time at all, or are you just enjoying it going, hey, I got to get as much tail as I possibly can because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Not during the filming or anything, because we took home a lot of girls, so not the filming part, but I did have a girlfriend once it slowed down after the 6th season for a good amount of time, and now I'm single again, and I'm realizing that I'm very young still. I'm 25, and relationships are like serious things, and I want to make sure that I live up my 20s to the fullest, and then eventually settle down.
I'm looking at a picture of you on RMG TV. I don't know who this girl is with him. Holy God, this chick is hot, man. Whatever this girl is.
Purple dress, long brown hair.
Whoever she is. I don't know if this was his girlfriend.
That's my ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
Why'd you guys break up?
Did you break up with her or did she break up with you?
No, it was kind of mutual. I can't explain it. She is a beautiful girl and everything, but...
what, is she nuts or something?
Nah, just like everybody fights, or I never had. She was my first real relationship, so I didn't realize, because I always said I'm never going to be in a relationship where you fight with the person.
Right.
And I used to make fun of those people.
Till you got in a relationship
then,
when you start fighting with a girl.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I just didn't want to be that guy, and then I realized that I was becoming that guy, and
Yeah.
we decided that we were both too young, and we need to like move on and not fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't
I mean,
matter. Looks don't matter. Come on.
No, I mean, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. It doesn't matter how hot this chick is. And here's another picture, and she's a friggin' 10. Like I love girls with that look. She is incredibly hot. But he's right that if you're bickering and you're constant. I mean, I've dated people like that sometimes, where it's just like everything is a constant. I like my life to be easy and mellow. Yes, and some people that that's just their thing is not that. Everything is a confrontation, and everything is 100 miles per hour, and everything's black and white.
Look at the lifestyle that I'm in too. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like 3.4 million Twitter followers, and it's constantly girls giving me attention, and it's constantly. I'm going on different shows and I'm seeing different women and like interacting with different girls because I'm 25. I'm on like a party show. You know what I mean? Like I'm in that crowd. Not that I'm like a cheater or anything, but I'm just in that crowd. So it kind of like I feel like it raises a woman's like sensitivity.
Of course it would. Absolutely. I mean, sure.
And I can't have both things. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I understand.
Like I said, I'm young, so.
Vinny, listen, man. The show. I haven't seen it, like I said, but it airs. It's called The Show with Vinny. It airs Thursday nights at 10 p.m. on MTV. I like the concept. It sounds like a winner to me, and it sounds like these guests that he's gotten. I mean, these are. I mean, he's right. These aren't rinky-dink guests. He's getting really
A-list.
Yeah, he's getting, let's see, Lil Wayne was on the show.
Mark
Wahlberg. Let me see here. Who else? Perez Hilton was on there. Whitney Cummings,
Jenny McCarthy.
Our friend Machine Gun Kelly is even is on this show as well too.
A$AP Rocky. Oh yeah, Machine Gun Kelly from Cleveland. A$AP Rocky. A bunch of people.
Vinny, well, listen, man. I wish you luck with that. And that girl you fight with, you can always do me a solid and have her hit me up. Rover at roverradio.com.
Yeah, hit her up, bro.
Yeah.
Hit her up.
Hey man, listen. Good luck. Thanks for coming on the show, my man. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Thank you. He seems like an all right guy, huh?